What's up, good people? What's happening? It's the Poor Black Man. I uploaded the wrong video and I decided to just do a whole new video. We're talking about estate planning and how we lose so much money when we fail to plan for death. I read that around 70% of black people die without any form of an estate plan, no will, nothing. Around 70%. And some of the people we know, Aretha Franklin died without a will. Prince died without a will or a trust. John Singleton died without anything set up. And the list goes on. The list goes on. All these talks about generational wealth. That's all I've been hearing people talk about. Generational wealth, generational wealth, generational wealth. Well, how are you going to pass down the assets that you have acquired and worked so hard for to the next generation if you do not have an estate plan? How does that happen? Probate court is expensive. The cost, they are going to come from your, it's going to come from your estate. Probate court is expensive. There's an article that I posted the link to where the mother purchased a house in Chicago. She also had a PhD. She was a professor. Checked off all the boxes, did everything the right way, raised her kids, you name it. But she never sat down to set up an estate plan. And when she passed away, her property went to probate. And after probate, her children were left with $40,000. The house was sold, and the people who purchased the house, they did minor upgrades and resold the house for a significant gain. So this is not just about people being financially literate. We're literally talking about somebody with a doctorate. We are talking about celebrities who are worth millions. Aretha Franklin, Prince. But they did not have an estate plan set up. So I'm asking you, why don't you have one set up? Why don't we do this? When I was setting up my estate plan, and I'm not married, but I had to sit down with my son's mother, and she did not like that conversation because she felt like something was about to happen to me and I wasn't telling her. And she got emotional. She said, are you safe? Is there something that you need to tell me? And I said, no, I'm fine. I am supposed to plan my estate when I'm healthy, not when I'm about to die. I'm supposed to plan my estate when I am in good health, when I am coherent. That's one of the ways we avoid people challenging this estate plan, people challenging the will. Was it developed in duress? In duress. Was this signature forged? Grandma is 90 years old and all of a sudden she has a new will and estate plan. Don't you think somebody is going to take that up and challenge that in court if they don't get anything from grandma? It happens all the time. We cannot talk about money and generational wealth if we don't start taking estate planning serious. This is not about if you have money or not. Everybody needs to take this serious, because even if you only have a wardrobe, you need to make sure that that goes where you want it to go. That could be, all it takes is something as simple as a typed up document or a handwritten note, something that you get notarized and you make copies of and you give it out to your family and friends. That's something is better than nothing. But if you have the time and you have the means, set up your estate plan. You can download the documents and do it yourself. It just has to be notarized. If you're doing a trust, I believe that has to be filed with the county. My trust is on file. Everything that I own is in my trust. I have a revocable trust. And going back to my son's mother, I've quizzed her. Every now and then I quiz her on, you know, what do you do if something happens to me? Where are all the passwords? What color is the folder? You know, she knows where everything is, and I quiz her from time to time. Let me ask you this. You have cryptocurrency, right? If you have cryptocurrency, how is your family going to access your cryptocurrency? How are they going to get into your Coinbase? What's the password? Do you have the keys? If you're storing your crypto, if you do cold storage, how are they going to access that? You died with $1 million worth of Bitcoin and now your family can't get to it. Do we think about these things? So my challenge is for anybody watching this video, if you're black, white, Asian, whatever, my challenge is for you to take this serious and maybe have that conversation today or tomorrow. If you are married, hey babe, we need to set up some sort of trust. What's up with our estate plan? What's going to happen if we die tomorrow? How are we going to make sure that our children are cared for? If all you have is $25,000 worth of assets, the last thing you want is $15,000 to go to a lawyer. You really want to avoid a court battle over your assets. And so I'll leave you with this. If you take my advice and you go talk to your spouse or your family or your mother or grandparents and talk about setting up an estate plan, it should not be about what's coming to you. It should be about them having a plan. They can develop it without you being in the room, with a neutral party, as long as they're in good health and coherent, because there is an ugly side to estate planning as well. And the ugly side is you not wanting, or the family member knowing that they don't want to give money to a certain person. They don't want to leave money to a certain person, and they don't want that person to know while they're alive. So maybe they have something, maybe they have a plan, and maybe they don't want you to see it because you ain't getting anything. That money has been known to destroy families, to destroy friendships. Money that you didn't work for, money that you feel like you are entitled to, and because you didn't get what you felt like you deserved from Big Mama, you feeling real salty about the people who did get some money. That is the ugly side, because people feel entitled to what their parents built, what their parents built. And the reality is some of you guys have experienced this firsthand. Some of you have experienced this firsthand where somebody passed away and they didn't leave you anything, and you felt some type of way about it. We'll call that the ugly side of estate planning, because whatever they decide they want to do with their assets is up to them. What I want for black people to take this seriously, so whatever we build, we can continue to build upon, not lose. Whatever we build, we can continue to build upon. You cannot talk about generational wealth without setting up a proper plan to transfer that wealth when you die. And we will die, all of us. This is the Poor Black Man. I respect your time. I respect your intelligence. I will see you guys on the next one. Set up that